All of us have seen the world map many times, and we realize quite good the size of a particular state or continent in relation to other states and continents. However, the proportions of the continents on the map are greatly distorted, because they are projected from a sphere onto a plane, and the closer the image on the map is to the poles, the stronger the distortion. There are many cartographic projections, but all of them, in a varying degree, show strong distortions in proportions. In order to get a real idea of the size and proportions of states and continents, we suggest to compare their sizes on a three-dimensional model of the Earth. Let's start with Russia, the biggest country in the world. To begin with, let's compare it with Africa. On the map, we can see that Russia is quite much larger in size than Africa, despite the fact that the real area of Africa is almost twice as much as the area of Russia. If we superimpose the outlines of Russia on the African continent, we will see that Russia not just covers Africa by itself, but also extends almost to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean from the west and the Indian Ocean from the east. In fact, if you put the outlines of Russia on Africa, it becomes clear that Russia easily fits on this continent, while almost half of its territory remains free. The same thing will happen if you compare Russia with South America. The area of South America is slightly larger than the area of Russia. However, when overlaid on the map, we see a monstrous disproportion in relation to how it looks on the globe. The areas of Russia and South America are almost identical. Now let's compare the territories of the USA and Australia. There is nothing supernatural here, because they are about the same in area. Let's move north to Greenland. This island on the map seems to be gigantic. If we transfer it to South America, we will see that it occupies almost all of its territory. However, if we do the same thing, but on the globe, we will be surprised to note that Greenland occupies only 1/7 of the continent, less than half of Brazil. By dragging Greenland to India on the globe, we will see that Greenland occupies almost its entire territory. And on the map, it will look very different. India will occupy no more than a third of the ice island. Another interesting comparison: Canada and China. Comparing the sizes of these two states on the map, we can see that Canada is much larger, but in fact, the area of these countries is almost the same. Now let's talk about Russia and the United States. No matter how you look at it, on the map or on the globe, Russia turns out to be much larger in size. By superimposing the outlines of Russia on the United States, we find that Russia occupies their entire territory, including Alaska, and even captures part of Canada. Inasmuch as both of these states are located in the northern hemisphere, there is no strong size distortion on the map. At last, we will talk about the most interesting thing: Antarctica. When we look at it on the map, it's huge. A good half of the continents can easily fit on its territory. Looking at the globe, we understand that the size of Antarctica is much more modest, and it can accommodate, for example, Australia, India, and several smaller states together, and no more. The video you've just seen confirms that you can't always believe your eyes. You shouldn't use a flat map to judge of the size of states and continents. Watch the globe and subscribe to our channel. There will be a lot more interesting stuff. Push the bell and you will never miss our new videos.